talk through those two. I would love someone to talk me through the next one now. Just say, all right, what is this going to look like? Let's start with what x cannot be. 0. Can it be anything else?
Yeah.
X? Yeah, it can be. Okay? Because when we take absolute value of it, it changes the negative to positive, but we can still have x being a negative number. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to have exactly the same domain as this one. Because it actually doesn't change what x values can go into it. We right with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll write the same thing there. Domain, negative infinity, comma 0, union with 0, comma infinity. Okay, exactly the same. What about the range though? It's not going to be the same as this, because now we've got an absolute value of being applied to the x. Everyone suggest what it's going to look like. Close to it. Not 1 though. Again, it's going to be something like this range, because we have got the same kind of base function, we've just applied an absolute value to the x. So it's going to be something similar to that. Yeah, so we're just going to lose this negative part, because once it's an absolute value, any negative becomes a positive anyway, and so all we've got is just positive values of the function. The function can never be negative. It still can't be 0, so we're going to write just this half of it here, isn't it? Because it can't be 0, but it can be anything above 0, and it can't be negative. So our range, 0, comma, infinity. All right. Our last one. Who's feeling confident? Anyone? I'll start us off. X here. When we're looking at square roots, what are we thinking about? What can't we have when we've got a square root of? Negatives. Okay, so we can't have negative numbers inside a square root. So we're going to say, well, what values of x there will produce that whole expression inside, will produce a negative with that expression inside? Less than 5? Yes. So it can be 5, can be more than 5, but it can't be less than 5. Yep. What about negatives though?
Yes.
No, you can't.
It can't be, that just makes it even more.
No, it can, because if...
But why? What's it there? What's on the x?
Absolute.
Absolute value. So what does that do?
Really got me there.
You can, it's negative 5 and nothing in between negative 5 and 5.
Yeah, that's right. So it can be negative 5 and anything below that. It can be positive 5 and anything above that. Just can't be in between.
So it's
how do we write that?
Negative infinity, comma...
Negative infinity,
comma,
that's really bad.
negative 5.
Oh, right. I've lost my powers. There you go. Comma, negative 5,
Yeah.
and
U,
U.
5, infinity.
Okay, what's wrong about that?
The brackets.
The brackets, yes.
You need to change the
Yes.
brackets to straight ones, because it does include
You
negative.
can include the negative 5 and positive 5, that's right. Okay. What about the range now? What can the range be?
Anything above 0. Is that right?
Can it be 0?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So it's actually going to be just the same as this one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, we'll find with anything that's a square root like that, I find a lot of the ranges are similar, like this. Okay. Any questions about those? You good with those?
Can you just explain one more time how to do the range?
So, of any of them? Yeah. So we kind of consider now, well, we've got I guess the limits of our domain, and so we go to the limits and we ask at that limit, what is the function going to be? And we look at it at the other end of the limit and see what it's going to be. So for example, where's a good one? Let's just start with this one over here. So we say, all right, when at the very negative end of the domain here, which is kind of goes endlessly, but at massive negative, x squared becomes massive positive, and at the other end, positive infinity squared, still positive infinity. And so we've kind of got that. So we've got to then say, well, okay, where might our other end be? That one doesn't. That one tells us the same thing. It can all be massive positive.
Yeah.
But what about the other end? And so we're going to go. Let's go to the middle of it. So it's 0 in the middle. 0 squared is 0 plus 3. That's the lowest. Because as soon as we start going to 1, that becomes bigger. Or negative 1, that also becomes bigger because it's squared to become positive 1. Negative 2 is bigger again. Positive 2 is bigger. Negative 3, bigger again. So it's negative 3.
Okay, yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
And so the lowest it can be is 3. But it is included, square bracket, and it can be off infinity. So over here we say, all right, when it's really massive negative, that becomes really close to 1. Sorry, to 0 I should say. And when it's getting closer to 0 from the negative side, that's going to be a massive negative number. 1 over a tiny negative number is a big negative number. And so, big negative gets close to 0, never quite reaches 0 though. Skips over the 0, and again, 0 increasing out to positive infinity, because when this is a massive positive, it's close to 0. When it's a tiny positive, it's a massive positive. Does that make sense?
Yeah, probably need to.
Yeah.